Hey, we finally reached a shogi game. Hon Shogi Naito Kudan Shogi Hiden, or Real Shogi, Naito Nine Dan's Shogi Secret, is the first console shogi game. So this was actually a pretty big deal when it was released. Now the thing is, I actually do know how to play shogi. I used to know someone who was a big chess and shogi fan, and they taught me how to play. But the thing is, just because I know how to play, doesn't mean I like to play or I'm any good at it. Hon Shogi is about as bare bones of a shogi game as you can get, so rather than have this be a 2-minute long video, I'm just going to take a couple quick minutes to explain the game. If it perks up your interest, then there's tons of resources out there for you to learn more and play online. Shogi developed from the same root game as chess, so it has a lot of the same features. 2 sides across a grid board. Each piece has its own distinctive set of moves, and the goal is to capture the king. Shogi doesn't have the concept of check or checkmate. When the king can be taken on that move, the game ends. Shogi pieces are these flat pointed tiles, and what direction they're facing is which side they're on. There's 2 aspects of shogi that make it very distinctive from chess. If a piece advances to the last third of the board, then it can be promoted and turned into another piece by turning it over. The other thing is that captured pieces can be placed back on the board. It just takes your move to pull a piece that you captured and set it down on your side. Shogi pieces tend to have much more limited mobility than chess pieces. Most of them can only move 1 square. Let's go through a quick crash course in piece movement. And I'm going to be using the English names for these pieces. Up front we have the pawns. They can move 1 square forward. In the second row down we have the bishop. One of the most powerful pieces because it can move in unlimited distance in any diagonal direction. On the right-hand side is its counterpart, the rook, who can move an unlimited distance in a cardinal direction. Handy, but less useful than the bishop. Getting into the back row now, in the corners we have the lances, who can move an unlimited distance, but only forward. Beside them are the knights, who can move 2 squares forward, and then 1 square left or right, jumping over the pieces in between. That's not the same as a chess knight. They have to move forward. The silver generals can move to any of the 3 squares in front of them, or diagonally backward a square. The gold general stands beside the king, and can be moved to any square around them except the 2 diagonal backward squares. The gold general cannot be promoted, and any of the pieces that only move 1 square get his movement when they promote. Finally, we have the king, who can move to any square around him. And naturally, the king cannot be promoted. So that's how you play shogi. Let's talk about Hon Shogi, the video game. It's single player, there is only 1 difficulty level, and the most interesting feature is that you can tell the computer player to wait while it's taking its turn. Otherwise, it's just shogi. Naito Nine Dan, whose name is on the box, was a shogi master at the time. Nine Dan was his rank, which is the highest one available for shogi grandmasters. The other notable thing about Hon Shogi is the back of the cart. Please do not feed the game to a crocodile. Hon Shogi is an interesting relic, but I don't really think it's worth going back to play. If you want to learn how to play shogi, there's better options for you. If you want a Famicom shogi game, we're going to see better ones. And if you actually know how to play shogi, then this is pretty primitive. Somebody had to be first, and that's pretty significant. But that's the only thing to look for in Hon Shogi.